everybody. This is Talk It Out with your girl Joy,
Katie,
and Gabby,
where we talk real life, love, and politics.
Today's discussion is going to be about college. We're going to talk about our lives during and after college and how it had affected us. And we're also going to start it off with a game.
Yay!
All right, so go ahead, Joy. You can start the game, and we'll go around to Gabby and then back to me.
Okay, the name of the game is called I Went to College and. Okay, so I'm going to go first, and we're going to come back around twice. I went to college, and I still live at home with my mother.
I went to college and I still don't have a job in that field.
I went to college and did absolutely nothing with it.
I went to college, and I'm broke. How about that?
I went to college and still have a whole bunch of student loan debt.
I went to college, and I don't even put it on my resume.
That's got to be the worst one. I love it. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so as you can probably tell, this topic is going to be about college, our lives during college and our lives after, and the pros and cons. This isn't here to discourage anybody. We're just telling you our experience and just telling you pretty much how it is.
The truth, our truth from our point of view, you know.
So I have a question. What did everyone major in or minor in?
Okay, I majored in communications, minoring in political science.
What about you, KT?
So I just basically went for general studies because I feel like I was forced into going to college. Mm-hmm. It was like one of those things where I was like, I don't really want to go. It's not going to help me. But then my parents were like, you should go to college. And so I majored in general studies because I didn't have anything else to major in.
Well, and yeah, I majored in recording industry and minored in marketing. So, yeah.
I want to correct myself. I'm sorry. I majored in multimedia communication.
Life during college
sucks.
Can we, because this is going to be kind of geared towards those people that are kind of thinking about going to college.
And still
Can we talk about the misconceptions about college, like the way you saw it on TV or the way
they lied to us.
ITT Tech.
Television lied. You think college is going to be great and wonderful and like a mini series of Zoe 101. That just didn't happen, okay? It just didn't happen.
Can you expound?
Please.
Expand.
Because I'd like to know why you think it was Zoe 101 or why it was not Zoe 101.
Because I always thought that like college was going to be like a boarding school where you go by yourself. But basically it is, except there's not a group of 6 of us where we go around and get into misadventure.
And have fun.
And
no,
have fun on a daily basis. No, you go to college by yourself. It's like the same way you came into this world. You go to college by yourself. It's horribly lonely. It's ridiculously it messes with your mind. If you go to college and you're not depressed, you're on drugs.
That's debatable, but okay.
No, I feel like for me, college, like I was basically going to class by myself, in my dorm by myself,
eating by yourself.
to eat in the cafeteria by myself. Like it was never, hey, how are you? Let's go out and like have fun and do misadventure things.
I know. Let's just go around.
I don't know. Maybe it's because none of us were in a sorority or a fraternity or whatever. And
we can talk about that next.
Yeah, we weren't paying to have friends that that we could talk to and hang out with on a daily basis.
I did make friends though. Towards the end, I did make like the first beginning of freshman year was great. The ending was horrible.
Let's see, college. I mean, yeah, pretty much what y'all was saying. You see the movies, everybody's like, oh, yeah, girl. You get a whole bunch of friends. You go into all the parties. You take your having studying sessions. And then you're there and you're just like, oh, okay, so this really isn't that different. And it just kind of...
There's that one guy that you lock eyes with across the room and...
Exactly. You think you're gonna go there and
be
you're
in a
gonna meet
relationship.
your
Right,
ideal
right.
mate or
Right.
your husband, your boyfriend.
You
Ooh,
met him in the library so that you can tell
on the
him, like,
steps.
you can tell your
Yeah,
children.
you gotta have your college love story. You think?
your children. Yeah, we met.
And
in
the only
college.
person that you meet are horrible. They're just like
Stuck-up
high
white
school.
people?
You
No.
know what? Let me just say, the male evolutionary has just declined. When you're in kindergarten, you're babies. When you're in middle school, you're in kindergarten. When they're in middle school, they're in kindergarten. When they're in high school, they're in middle school. So by the time men get to college, they're just in high school. So ain't no way for them to be on the same level as you mentally. So you just go around and be like, oh,
Lord,
wasting
that's
your
a whole
time.
nother topic. That is a whole
I'm
nother
sorry.
topic.
But
That's
it's
what
a good
that's a
topic.
part of college. That's what you go there for. Well, the misses, the people who are.
I don't know about you, but I did not spend all that money and get all of those student loans just to find a man.
Shoot!
But
Some folks did.
I
did
don't have all the loans, all that just to find a man.
Well,
I
no,
went
but it
to
would have been nice to
educate
meet one.
myself. But that's something I want to bring up is because for me, college, I could have learned all that I learned at home. I
Pretty
could have
much,
learned
yeah.
that on the internet. Like, it didn't help me at all. And
Yeah.
I just sit back and think, like, I've learned so much more outside of college than I did sitting in a room going over general information that I learned in high school.
I wonder
I did. I hated it.
in general stuff.
Dude, no, I hated it. I hated it. Even my electives, I hated them. I'm a really artsy fartsy person, and so like art is my thing. But even with my art classes, I hated them because it wasn't
Yeah.
like something that I could do on my own. I didn't feel like it was progressing my art in any way,
Yeah.
fashion, or form. Anything
wonder
that could. I was paying people like
To tell you your art is bad.
$500 per class
Yeah.
to say, hey, your art is all right. This is how you can improve it. I can watch YouTube videos for that. I don't need a college professor to tell me that.
Okay, yeah.
and I wonder if somehow we can. I don't know how we get this information, but I wonder if, since college has become more expensive and everyone's
gosh.
going to state colleges, maybe that has caused them not to be able to spend that much money on like the majors. I don't know. And then they
Well, they
just
sure
put all
spend a
their
lot of
money
money
into
towards
the
football.
sciences and the maths.
Say that one more time, Katie.
They spend a whole lot of money on football and
Oh, yeah, of course.
sports.
Of course.
Yes.
But forget about the arts. Forget about the maths. Forget about the sciences. As
Classes.
long as that football field is done and it's bringing people in.
Exactly.
That's
all
what
that
matters.
That's all that matters.
Because that's an income
And
source.
what's so crazy is that when you get to college, it's
I'm
just
sorry, did you just say that's an income source?
Yes.
What about all the money that we're bringing in?
That's
for
not
these
enough.
loans?
That's not
really
enough.
not. That's really not.
How is that not? I am so sorry, but
Because
how
think
is that
about
not
it.
enough?
Think about it. Like the advertisers, when you're on TV, you get paid by the advertisers. You got sponsors that are all over your stadium. So every time the camera shows that, they paying you money. You
And-
got people
and
that's you
paying
got just
tickets, tickets to get
Tickets.
in, food. I understand how football is a good economic source
because
for
they're
college.
competing with like the NFL, like as far as
Yes.
views and stuff. They're
Yes.
making big money, and they don't have to pay the players anything.
And
Oh, yeah.
exactly,
Oh,
exactly.
that's so true. I did not think about that.
And what's furthermore, I think that because sports makes all that money, it's logical to think that schools will give out more scholarships.
But do they? No.
No,
I mean, unless you pay sports.
yeah, because they're greedy. That's just the bottom line. They're greedy, and you're not gonna find if the school. I just think first of all, most schools are state sponsored, right?
I mean, yeah, they're funded by the government.
Yes. Okay. So
Unless they're
they
like
don't have
a
like
private-
properties to pay. I mean, if they do, it should be paid off because they've been there hundreds of years. If a school been there since 1917 and you still ain't paid off the school, something is wrong.
With the government. And what loan you took out.
Exactly.
That interest rate is high.
And when you're going to school and you think, hey, I have a scholarship, I have a partial scholarship, that'll get me something. Wrong.
Because that thing doesn't even pay for your food for that year. Basically, if
Exactly.
you want to use the cafeteria. Like, I was the top of my class in high school, and I had lots of scholarships. and they were $1,000 scholarships. But did they help me?
Not one
Barely
bit.
at all. Because
When tuition costs $30-something thousand,
Exactly.
it's horrible. And then if you want to progress further, like law school, I want to go to law school now. I'm out of school. I thought $30,000 per year was bad. Try a semester.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God.
That's horrible. And it's so discouraging to people who want to go into a field who want to get a higher education. The cost of it is ridiculous.
And that goes back to like how if you're rich you can get richer, but it's like it's not fair for poor people. You gotta, even if you do get scholarships, you have to work so hard to get grants and scholarships. All that time you gotta not work,
and you have to work.
Yeah,
like
that's what I'm
that.
saying, yeah.
That's was one of my biggest things, is because I had to work while going to college, and it was so hard. I couldn't keep my grades up. I failed a semester because I had to work that semester, and I could not pay attention to my bills and also have to go to school at the same time.
Right.
And it got to the point where it was like, I just don't care about school anymore, so let me not go to school. So
Well, let me just
you
say,
have to pay bills before you go. So
you what really needs to happen is parents need a trust fund. Like, you know how white people have
white
rich
dudes.
people have trust funds. Poor people need to save $1 every day.
But that's not logical.
When
If
you
you
say
are poor, it is not logical.
It is logical. Let me tell you why. Because if you're poor and your child is your only hope of getting a better life, you're gonna save $1 one day, 2 the next, 3 the next, anything you can.
Can I just ask you something? Like, this is personal, but have you ever been poor?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna give a little backstory because
wait. Define poor.
Like,
Let me
I'm
just
talking
say.
about, like, you can't go buy groceries because your $30 is supposed to last you 2 weeks or longer.
Oh yeah.
So
I was poor in
like that.
college.
No, I'm not saying in college. I'm saying in everyday life.
No.
Okay.
I can't say that. I've never been.
So whenever I
No.
moved into my apartment, my first apartment, I actually used a student loan to help me get my apartment and help me get my car. Then when I was there, I was working part-time at a Dairy Queen. And so at the end of all of my bills each month, I would have like $60. And so that was before I got to eat. That was before anything. So if I had a child and I was thinking about saving $1 a day, we wouldn't have been able to eat.
What I'm saying,
So
but that's why you're in college,
poor.
right?
No, that's being poor. That's not being in college. That's being poor. It's not logical.
You were going to school, right?
No, it's not logical to be able to save that money, is what I'm saying.
What I'm asking you, were you in school at the time?
Yes, I was.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. When you say poor, I'm talking about people who don't go to school. I'm talking about kids in kindergarten through 12th grade. Their parents who work, saving $1 a day, that's not...
Even if they're working part-time jobs? So you think it's okay for them to feed their child? Like, let's say, for instance,
if a dollar a day, especially when most people who are poor get help with food. Let's just be quite honest about that. If you're poor, you're gonna get some type of help with food, and if you're not, you can look into that. But if you don't make those sacrifices and just continue to say, oh, I can't do this because of B, I can't do A because of B, then you're never going to progress. You're always going to be set back. And the only reason why I wasn't poor growing up is because, let me just tell y'all something. I would have been, but my mama is a hustler. Mm-hmm. I'm talking about she worked the mall. She worked the mall from 9 to 9. When I say 9 to 9, I mean 9 in the morning to 9 at night when the mall closed. And the mall does not, especially back in the day when the Southland Mall, holla out to Memphis, Tennessee, was popping, when it was on and popping, they fine you $1,500 for opening late or closing early.
Oh.
When you have, and she had 2 kids, by the way. So when you're there and you have your kids sleeping on hard metal benches because because she couldn't find nobody to babysit us, nobody would take us in. So we would sleep on the benches. When we come from school, go to the mall, do our homework, and sleep on those benches. Eat at Piccadilly every day. And the only reason why we ate at Piccadilly was because they knew my mama worked there and they gave us free food. When my mama wasn't working, we was at any kind of apartments, from Pepper Tree Apartments down to in Whitehaven to Crystal Apartments over in East Haven, passing out flyers. Here go me and my sister. We're 8 and 6, passing out flyers, handing out to anybody who want to come get their hair done, get their nails done, get their whatever done. If you're on your hustle, saving $1 a day is not that much. That's all I'm saying.
Or if you can't save $1 a day, make
50
moves.
cents.
Make moves to help your child get ahead. Like, help them with their schoolwork, help them apply for scholarships if they let's go to college. Anything. If you can't give time, give money. If you can't give money, give time. Give something, or give them help or something. I don't know.
Because I mean, I completely agree with what you're saying, 100%. Because if you are making moves, then obviously you're going to make money. But in my situation, my own mother, like, there's some type of mental health issues where I didn't get that opportunity for her to be like, okay, well, I'm hustling for you and this is what we need to do to make you better. It was, it was tearing me down. So if I didn't have that, if it was up to me, in my situation that I was, it was more about living day to day, not about, can I save up money for this thing so that I can buy me a better car. It was like, I need to eat, so I have to eat this. This is the only money I have to eat on. I can't save this money. It wasn't like a trust fund, or it wasn't like, if it's just myself, then how can I save for my child if I can't even help myself eat?
Well, I get what you're saying, but when you get to college, when you're 18, as much as we want to, if we care, our parents care for us, and some of us are fortunate enough to live at home with them, that's wonderful. But once you get 18, you're really an adult. You're on your own. So when you go to college and you're talking about $60 a day, try nothing. When I was in college, I had nothing.
A month.
A month, whatever it was. I had nothing. All I had was the scholarship I was fortunate enough to have, and the loan I took out to have that, because I had to pay $500 a semester, which is not a lot. So, but I didn't have $500 a semester, and neither did my mother. So we had to take out a loan for that. What I'm talking about is having nothing. And I still went to college because I wasn't going to let anything stop me. If you have that mindset, you can do it. If you have, and the only reason why I didn't have a job my first semester, because nobody would hire me because I didn't have any job experience.
Right. Which makes no sense.
Exactly, which makes no sense. But then sophomore year, I applied on a school job. Sophomore year to senior year, I worked 2 jobs every year and went to school. You can't tell me being broke is to stop you from going anywhere you want to go in life, because if you have a will, there's going to be a way.
All right, now back to college life.
I'm sorry.
It applied towards college because it does. Yeah. Because a lot of college people are poor. Yeah. Because we have all these loans, and because it's so stressful on your body to work 2 jobs. And my dad told me that he actually worked a part-time job in college and could pay for tuition.
Oh my goodness.
Like, how? That
would never happen.
Never happen now. Never. And all these older people, they always want to talk about how colleges. You should be able to go to school and go to college, and it'll be so easy, and you'll be able to pay for it if you're just lazy. No, that's not the same situation anymore.
It's so much harder now. It's whatever it was in the 60s, 70s, even the 90s. It's no 10 times harder.
It is. As drastic as y'all. I mean, I didn't have money. I was broke. But I mean, I had parents, so if I was starving to death, I could ask them. But that kind of goes back to what they don't tell you about college, because again, you watch the movies and everybody's popping, everybody got their friends, they going out to eat, they going to parties and stuff.
Going to parties. Oh my God, you know how much that stuff costs?
It's like $10 a party or more. If you're going to parties, it's ridiculous, because I didn't have the money for food.
You gotta pay for the
exactly.
You gotta pay for the drinks. You gotta pay for everything.
The dress, the drinks.
We don't want nobody to look at you weird.
I know, so you gotta get an outfit. Yeah. Get your
Oh,
hair done.
and let's talk about college trends, like what people wear. Big t-shirts and leggings and those ugly flip-flop things that all the white people wear. What are those called?
I don't even know.
I don't know. They're so ugly though. I hate them.
Everybody is in college.
like real thick.
I'm not even gonna lie, but I've noticed, especially in my school, all the white people seem to wear
The same
big t-shirts
thing.
And those
and
shorts.
those shorts
Yep.
with those Nike shorts.
Same thing. The same thing. And I just
And
get so
all the black
confused.
people, they got on jeans.
They get dressed up, except for
leggings,
me, but
jeans, and
everybody else
dressed
get
up.
dressed
Me
up.
too. I know. I wasn't dressed up either. Like, it's crazy.
Every time I see a white girl like walking by, I was like, didn't I just see her like earlier? Wait, no. That's a different girl.
different person.
That's a different girl. She's wearing the same thing.
Exactly.
So back on the misconceptions
of
thing.
college. This is what we're just gonna rename it, misconceptions of college, because
Yeah.
this is just taking a turn.
Let's talk about when you finally did get into classes that dealt with your major. Were you satisfied with the classes? Did you learn a lot, or did you think it was a waste of time? Starting with Katie.
Well, obviously, I feel like college was a waste of time. I do, honestly, 100%. I feel like I went to college to walk around, like we were talking about before, lonely, going to class, and trying to see who was the cutest person. And like, I didn't learn anything. Everything that I learned in college, like I said, I could have learned on YouTube. I could have researched. I could go onto like the college websites that do research
I think
and
it's
do it
different when you
myself.
want to be like an artist or something like that.
Yeah,
like if you
because-
want to be an artist or a singer or an
That
actress,
doesn't
it
apply.
doesn't apply to you, because
Yeah.
you can go to New York or
Right.
California or Las Vegas, wherever you want to go
And do art.
and do your dreams there. But college is not for you if you're gonna.
Yeah, there's something else. College is not for everybody.
But
It's
here's
not.
the thing. Those things do apply in the art community, because the art community basically looks up to people who have college degrees and like art and science and all this other stuff. And you're just like, how does that even apply? That doesn't make you a great artist. It's about, I don't know, that's a different story. But that stuff doesn't apply in real life. Like, there's people who I'm sure are who work in the colleges, who have like a science degree and are working behind a desk every day.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So,
or who got a
that- it doesn't
communication degree and
apply
working at
anymore.
Ross. Like me.
right, communications degree, working at Ross. So,
Okay, Joy, what do you think?
I think personally, as far as my experience when I first got into classes that had to do with my major, I was kind of lost. The teachers, they spoke to you as if you should already know the information that they're giving you, and well, let me call them professors, because it's not right to call them teachers, because they don't really teach you. They profess what they claim that you should know. That's what they
true.
do.
That's
what they
100%
do.
true. And then they expect you to read like a 1,000-page book that doesn't even apply to
what you're talking
learning
about.
or what they're talking about. Or they do
What, Gab?
tests that they never went over, that's not in the book, but apparently you're supposed to know about it.
Let's talk about them books. Let's talk
how much
about how
they
they get hundreds and hundreds of dollars. You get a book, $300. You don't even open it up. Let's talk about how these colleges have partnerships with these publishing companies
Textbook
to make you
brokers.
buy the book, and you're not even going to buy it. You're not even going to use it, and then when you try to sell it back, you get $2.
You
Exactly.
Like, that's the
literally get
biggest
half
scam.
of the price or less.
It's not even. It's not half.
$10.
I never get half.
I've gotten $10 from one.
I've gotten $2.
$10 made me pretty excited for
And
$10.
don't you
is
dare,
good. Yeah.
don't you dare fold down them pages, because if you fold down one of them pages, you're gonna get marked not half off, but 80% off. And so
They don't tell you that
To
either. Like,
anybody
that's just a
out
big
there
scam.
who is in college and listening to this, do not buy books until your teachers tell you
Don't
that
do
you're
it.
going to use them.
And if you do buy a book, don't buy it. Go online
and
they
rent
have
it.
so many free books. They have so many PDFs that you can download that are free and websites that are free.
And if you can't find a free one, rent them, because I
cheap.
rented off Amazon for $38 per semester. And I only needed it for one.
Your last resort should be going to that bookstore, and even if you do, rent it, because you can definitely get that book somewhere online, unless it's like your professor wrote it or something like that. But
You don't want that money, so you got to go back.
I actually had a professor once who put a book on a CD, and so we had to buy the CD instead of buying the book. And the CD itself was like $100. Like, you might as well had created a book instead of putting it on a $2 CD.
You should have all
that you get
pitched
from
in,
Walmart.
got one CD, and just burnt the CD. It just should have been like...
Oh, why didn't we do that?
Are there any more misconceptions, any things you would warn somebody about before going to college?
Oh, I do have something, because as a bigger person, those desks were not comfortable at all. Let me
not
just tell
comfortable
you,
for me.
you might as well bring a lawn chair and like bring your own little TV dinner desk thing and write on it that way. Because as a big person, I couldn't even sit in those chairs. Like it was like squeezing a ketchup bottle into like something so tiny that you could never...
A pickle jar.
Yeah, pickle jar. Yeah, there you go. A ketchup bottle into a pickle jar. It was bad. It was bad.
But
It could happen, but it shouldn't.
And for any person who's going out there who think dorm life is going to be great,
oof.
It stinks.
it's not. It's not going to be great, but it is character building. And I would suggest that you go and you live in a dorm, just because of the fact that it shows you what life is about. It really does. It shows you who you are. It just builds you a lot. Did I hate it? No. Would I do it again? No. But any senior, high school senior going to college should definitely
Yeah, that first year,
that
first semester or something, yeah.
First semester, first year, definitely go. Definitely experience life.
Because that's
make
also where
sure-
you can make friends. You know, you never know. Your roommate might be cool. Somebody across the hall might be cool.
another floor.
Somebody might have the same class as you. You can do study sessions. You never know.
Yeah.
I stayed in a dorm for a total of 1 month, so I just want to give this tip and trick regarding that. Make sure to wear flip-flops in the showers.
Everywhere.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Wear
girl.
And
flip-flops.
bring your own
Everywhere.
toilet paper, because your roommate will be petty and bring her own toilet paper. So just make sure that you wear flip-flops everywhere. Don't be disgusting in the shower and not wear flip-flops, please. So that's all I got to say about that.
Oh, I didn't tell y'all what my experience was. So yeah, I majored in recording industry, right? So like audio production and music business. When I finally got to those classes, I love those classes. I learned a lot in the fact that I could ask my professors questions that I probably couldn't ask somebody just like a YouTube video on YouTube. And we also got hands-on experience, which I probably wouldn't have been able to get on my own, because I mean, these folks get studios, but they're not just gonna let some random person go in there and start fidgeting with the stuff. So yeah, I mean, I got to work on like some $1 million mixing boards. I got to use touch and hold $100 and $1,000 mics and stuff, and so that was cool. And you make contacts or whatever. But when
I feel like that's what college is. It's just for you to make contacts.
You got the experience. You really did. You got a good experience.
I did, but like, it was like, did it have to cost so much? And even now, I learned all this stuff, and I don't have a job. So
Yeah.
What's the
I
point?
learned it. But I think colleges, I mean, they do help. Kind of, they try to help you get jobs. But I think we need to have a class on like how to network, how to
Not even how to network. They need a class specifically for people to talk and get to know one another in that field. Because in my major, I was in multimedia communications, and that's a lot of news and a lot of journalism.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say where I went to school. but it was so cliquish.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Ooh,
ridiculous.
Yes, it was. If you weren't skinny, white, and had long hair,
you're done as far as the news goes.
nobody knows who you are. Nobody looking at you. Nobody doing any of that.
And furthermore, it's not just the students that's cliquish. It's the professors who click with these students because they think they're gonna get a whatever job. They can say, hey, I taught that person, or hey, I professed to that person, or I hooked this person up. And I just want to say that out of my graduating class, there had to be 15, I knew at least 20 people in my class. Of those 20 people, 3 were black girls, 2 were black guys, or something around that nature. I don't have a job. I'm black. The other 2 girls, they don't have jobs as far as in the industry that we're supposed to. But at least 10 to 12 of the rest of the people have jobs.
Wow.
And that's another conversation that
They have jobs, and that's only because they clicked with the professor.
Right.
And I tried to click with the professor, but it's who they think are gonna make it in life, who they think are gonna go somewhere. And like she said, if you're not skinny and white with good looks or decent looks, basically, if you're not pretty, you're not gonna go anywhere in that field. So you might want to rethink, especially for those who want to go into communication or as far as news and journalism and things like that. If you're not pretty, if you don't want to go and put on 300 pounds of makeup, and you're not cute and short and perky,
which, by the way, there's nothing wrong with a lot of pounds of makeup, but just
I didn't even notice, to be quite honest.
It's a good thing.
I'm sorry, but yeah, you're not gonna make it.
Yeah, it's true.
we're pro makeup here.
But yeah, the synopsis of that is college. It's not your golden ticket to get whatever job you want. You're gonna have to work super duper hard. You might work hard and still not get there. It's just not how it used to be. It's not like now a bachelor's degree is like a high school diploma. Like everybody has it. Now the way to stand out is to get a master's, and you're gonna get into even more debt trying to get that jump. So it gets higher and higher. Soon everybody gonna have a master. You gotta have a PhD. So it's just
And furthermore,
I'm just gonna keep with my college degree, and
it's really not what you know. For anybody who has heard, it's not what you know, it's who you know. Believe it.
That's the truest statement ever. Yeah.
Believe that. When you go to college and you go find yourself in the major, if you're business, click with them business majors. Go click with your professors. If you're in news or media, click with the media professors. You click it, and I promise you, if you get into the click, you're there. You're gone. You might as well have a 6-figure job right then, because it's all about who you know.
Who you know, that's it.
And I hate to say,
and that's even true if you don't have a college degree or you don't have college experience. Because me, for instance, the job I have now, I didn't get that because me applying. I mean, I applied, but I didn't get it because of that. I got it because my dad knew someone there in the hiring process.
Yeah, exactly.
It's always about who you know, not what you do.
Right.
No, not what you know, because it is about what you do. It is about what you do. If you're bad at if you a horrible DJ, nobody gonna hire you to DJ, no matter who you know. It's about your skill.
You gonna get the job, but you might not keep it.
What I'm saying is, you're gonna get the job, but you might not keep it.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
My bad, Gabby.
Oh my goodness, y'all just giving my little idea away. So we talked about college. We running a little bit over. Let's go really quick about life after graduation, if you graduated, or life after you left college or whatever.
You go
first.
I
guess we can start with me. So I graduated.
Okay.
And of course I graduated like 2 years ago, May of 2015. No, it's been 1 year. May of 2015.
Shout out to 15.
Yeah, good class. I have a job, it's a pretty good paying job, but it's not in music business or marketing. I'm pretty much having to do that on my own freelancing. My hope is hopefully eventually I get enough customers or whatever, I can just go into business on my own, because applying for jobs, especially here in Memphis, is not going that well. I've applied to so many jobs, it don't make no sense. I kind of already knew that was going to happen, so I prepared myself. I was like, well, if I want to do something, I'm just going to have to go into business myself. And I think that's something that you probably should take from it. Even if you don't get the job that you want or you find it hard, don't lose hope, because there's always a way. You can go into business for yourself. You can go into business, just find a real small business or whatever. You'll make a living. So that's kind of my takeaway from it. College, it's cool. You get from it what you put in, and if you make pretty good networks and connections, you might find yourself with a nice job. You will get into student loan debt though, and that's the only thing about it. Like, even after this, even if we get a job where we making 6 figures, we still gonna have debt for a little bit. So you just gotta take that into account.
And even if you get that debt consolidated, like I did, it still affects your credit. I can't get a credit card because my loans are consolidated.
Yeah.
And that's crazy because I need some money.
All right.
I did graduate in news, like I said, in multimedia communications, and I am living in a home with my mom. I work at Ross, dress for less.
Sponsorship.
Did I apply the first 6 months? Because everybody told you if you don't get a job within the first 6 months, it's not likely to happen. It's likely to take a little longer.
Yeah.
At least they told me that in my school. The first 8 months I applied for, but I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, because I'm gonna be real. I applied to a few jobs. I spoke with numerous people though about those jobs and whether or not they can get my resume to a producer, whether or not they can get my whether or not I had a reel, or I did, or whether or not I had an air check, which I didn't even know I needed because nobody ever told me that. Should I have researched on my own? Yes. Would I have been more prepared if I did? Yes. But as far as after college and degrees, it's not cake and ice cream. It's just not. If my mom knew somebody, but his connection was only go so far because they weren't looking.
Yeah.
You have to be willing to move.
Yeah.
Especially if you're in a small city like we are. We're in Memphis, so it's not a lot of new jobs opening in my field. Especially if you want to do news, you would have to work every day, holidays, weekends, birthdays, every day. And that's not something that you can do in an environment if you don't have the right environment.
Yeah.
So that's me. I'm here. I'm a little stuck right now. I'm going back to school. Boo. But I am. I'm gonna. If you want to make it in life, you're gonna have to do things you don't like.
Yeah.
And I want to make it. I want to be successful. I'm not the type of person who can be like we were talking about poor. I can't be poor. I don't want to be poor. I'm not gonna be able to be happy with no money. That's just not me. I know people say you don't need money to be happy. Some people don't. And much power, much love to them, but I know I do.
Okay. KT?
So life after college, I don't live at my parents' house, so that's good, I guess.
Real plus.
I'm 23 years old. Well, I'm going to be 23 years old, and I don't live in my parents' house. I have my own car. I mean, life after college is okay. I didn't complete college. Like I said, I felt like it was a waste of my time and a waste of what I was doing with my life when I could be making money or making moves. And so life after college, it has nothing, my improvements has absolutely nothing to do with college.
And she balling.
It has to do with
an apartment.
Right, look at
it has to do with my own self and how I improve myself that way, not how college improved me. That's what I'm saying. Like, you don't need college. You don't need it. At least that's what I
living
think.
testimony today.
Right. Let me
We
get
didn't
up and
graduate and get our
stand
own
and
health.
hallelujah, you do not need college. Let me tell y'all today we're going to talk about...
No.
No, I'm done.
That's a negative.
No. No.
Anyways, yeah, that was our episode on college. We're going to wrap it up real quick, but we hope you learned something from it. If you have any comments, if you have any questions,
Hit us
make sure
up.
you hit us up. Our Facebook account, facebook.com/talkitoutpodcast, soundcloud.com/talkitout, and our email, talkitoutpodcast@yahoo.com. Our Tumblr, talkitoutpodcast.tumblr.com. Hit us up. We would love to hear from you. We might even read your comments on the air.
This has been Joy
Katie
And Gabby.
with Talk It Out.
Talk it out.